If you're thinking, Jeff's in a jacuzzi, well, you'd be wrong. This is a Sundance brand spa. You might say I'm reaching for a Kleenex, but this tissue is actually from another company. You might think I'm going to Xerox my keister, but this copier is a Canon, so I'm actually going to Canon my caboose. Every day people call hot tubs a jacuzzi or a tissue a Kleenex or a copier a Xerox machine. Their names are so ubiquitous, they become generic names for a type of product. Similarly, people will call a medical alert system a life alert, as it's the best known name in the business. But there's a big difference between being the best known and being the best. Stick around as we'll test out life alert devices and share a few surprises. Here's one. Despite their catchy slogan, "Help! I've fallen and I can't get up," Life Alert doesn't even offer fall detection. Hi, I'm Jeff Hoyt, Editor-in-Chief of SeniorLiving.Org. In order to help people age with ease, we review medical alert systems that allow seniors to live independently in their homes. Take a look at our recommendations here. Today I'm going to show you some Life Alert products that you've seen advertised countless times on TV, and what are their contracts, which you've probably never seen. I'll test the systems, list the pros, cons, and latest prices, which are on the high side, and I'll explain who can benefit the most from these life-saving products. Believe it or not, it's people who die alone at home. Well, if that's not a head-scratcher, you better put your thinking caps on, because there will be math. And of course, I'll even test out how waterproof their system really is. Life Alert has been around since 1987, which is the same year they came up with their catchy slogan. And although we may laugh at their cheesy commercials, protecting seniors aging in place is no laughing matter. If Grandma wants to live alone in her own home, which might contain stairs and other hazards, well, her family wants to know she'll get help if and when she needs it. With these Life Alert devices, she can call for help with just the touch of a button. Whether her emergency is due to a fall, a health issue, fire, suspected break-in, or even if Granny's pet cat is choking on a hairball. Sure, she could call 911 if she's close to her phone, but Life Alert's dedicated US-based agents know who's calling and their medical situation. You can even call for non-emergency help as well, even if that help is needed by a furry friend. We tested their UL certified equipment options, which are designed for different types of clients. For stay-at-home seniors, there's the micro voice pendant system, and there's the pendant. This in-home system comes with this optional help button, and if you want to protect an active senior, well, there's the on-the-go plus GPS device. It works everywhere in the country there's cell signal. And some of their competitors offer a 30-day free trial, but Life Alert has a different type of money-back guarantee. If a subscriber dies at home alone, the company will refund up to 3 years of their monthly fees, which could easily total thousands of dollars. Of course, they won't be able to spend the money since they're gone, but their money will be returned. Odd, huh? Well, let me show you how their high-quality equipment can protect a beloved family member or yourself at home, out and about, or in the shower. Now, once you order the system, everything arrives together in one box. For the home system, you just plug in the master unit, you call the company, they make sure everything is set up correctly. You don't need to sign up for additional phone service, nor do you need cell service, even a landline to operate it. I'll just turn it on with the on button here. It's in the back, and you'll hear what it says.
Unit powered on. Please wait. Please wait. Unit ready.
So it took a little while for it to get started, but really you're just going to leave it on once you have it set up the first time. So that's really not much of an issue. The system runs on 5G service where available. That's the fastest cell service. And where that's not available, it runs on 4G. And one really cool feature is that even if you lose your power, well, a backup battery inside will keep it powered up for 72 hours. And Life Alert will even contact the electric company on your behalf to let them know you need your power restored. And when you press the button here, clearly marked help, the micro voice pendant system will connect to Life Alert's 24/7 US-based call center, which they own and operate. And there, trained professionals will contact first responders such as EMTs, police, or firefighters at the customer request. Life Alert will stay on the line, so it'll stay in contact with the senior until the situation is resolved. And let's test the system. So when you press this help button,
Contacting Life Alert Dispatch Center. Please stand by.
So there's a confirmation that it's going through. We're going to see how long it takes.
Emergency reported. Processing now.
This is Life Alert Dispatcher 1627. I have received your medical base signal. Do you have an emergency?
No, just testing the system. Thank you. So that took longer than I would have liked. They did pick up, but I'm glad it wasn't a real emergency. So you can see if you hit the button by accident, also there's a cancel button. So if you do make a mistake, it's easy to undo. And Life Alert, well, they also include what they call home invasion protection. So if Granny wants the police to come, well, Life Alert will summon them, but they'll stay on the line with them. And if she hears broken glass or thinks bad guys are in her home, the dispatcher will yell through the device, "Intruder, we know you're there. The police are on their way." You heard how loud it was. So that could help in an emergency. Now, what if you're on the other side of your home and you need help? You can't reach the button, the microphone can't hear you. Well, each micro voice pendant system comes with a pendant that the subscriber should wear at all times. It's best around the neck, but you can wear it around the wrist as well. And if you fall, you feel poorly, and you're far from the base unit, well, pressing the button, it triggers the call as well. Now, Life Alert claims pressing the button on the pendant will work even if the wearer is a whopping 1,000 feet away from the base unit. That's almost a fifth of a mile. When I spoke with them, though, they admitted it was more like 300, 400 feet around the property. Every place is different. So you should test the range of the button when you get it to make sure the system works in the places where you might need it. Like in your yard if you're gardening, or your garage if you have one. And if you regularly venture too far from the base unit for the button to work, well, then you should consider getting Life Alert's GPS system. I'll be demonstrating that later. Now, another solid feature, Life Alert remotely monitors the batteries in both the pendants and the base unit, so you don't have to. They like you to test your system every month, but the company will replace these devices free of charge before they run out of charge. They say the batteries can last up to 7 years, which is pretty amazing. And when they see them starting to deteriorate, they just replace the device. Now, when Grandma, or whoever first gets the system, she has to learn to take a pendant with her everywhere, even the bathroom, or she may lose the protection that you're paying for. The good news is the pendants are waterproof, so she can even wear one in the shower. Now, what did I do with that pendant? Well, there it is, still in the water. Let's see how waterproof these pendants really are. So I'm just going to take it out here. Try to press the button while it's still in the water. Let's see if it works.
Contacting Life Alert Dispatch Center. Please stand by.
Worked pretty well. Let's see how long it takes.
Processing now. Transferring you to a dispatcher.
This is Life Alert Dispatcher 1763. I have received your medical pendant signal. Do you have an emergency?
No, just testing the system, thank you. They seem to answer quicker this time, which is good. Now, because the pendant is a speaker and a microphone, just like the base unit, Granny can tell the trained dispatcher what her issue is. But if she passes out or otherwise can't talk, well, the system will try to communicate with her, and then they'll send an ambulance to check on her if they don't hear back. They'll also reach out to the contacts she requested when the system's first set up, like neighbors or adult children. Medical alert systems from other companies, they often contain fall detection systems that use an accelerometer to try to determine if the wearer has fallen. And they can send help even if the user's out cold. But for help to be summoned through Life Alert, Grandma's going to have to be alert enough to press the button. Now, seniors often have episodes which aren't emergencies, but simply require the help of a friend or family. If Grandma's just feeling poorly or needs some personal help while she's in the bathroom, well, Life Alert can reach out to a friend or family member instead of emergency personnel if so requested. Now, the master unit and the pendant come with each system, and Life Alert also recommends this help button that can be put in the bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, or anywhere else where Grandma may find she needs help. And the help button also has a speaker and microphone built in, so you can have two-way communication with the call center. And it's easy to stick up anywhere in case you fall and don't have your pendant on you, and the battery can last up to 10 years. I found it odd, though, that the company would publish this picture showing a woman pressing the help button that's attached to the shower nearly at her eye level. If she were to slip and fall, how could you reach a button that high? You should install the button so you can reach it if you're laying on the shower floor. Let's see it and hear it in action. Just going to press the button right here.
Calling Life Alert.
Let's see how long it takes.
Emergency reported. Processing now.
This is Life Alert Dispatcher 1815. I have received
No, just testing the system, thank you. Well, that seemed to take a really long time to answer. You may not be able to tell at home, but all of the discussion was going back and forth through the help button, not through the home unit or the pendant. But it was all going through the speaker and the microphone here, so that's cool. But it didn't start for a very long time, it appeared. So like the pendant, the button's waterproof and never needs charging. But Life Alert will charge your credit card, though. For a package that includes these 3 devices, the master unit, the pendant, and the help button, well, you'll start by paying a non-returnable equipment fee of $247. On top of that, you'll pay a monthly service fee of $89.90. Now, the first salesman I talked with said you needed to have at least 3 devices in your system, minimum. But on a subsequent call, I was told that the salesman would need their supervisor's okay to allow someone to get just 2 devices, and that would knock $20 off the monthly price. Your mileage may vary. Now, unlike other companies, Life Alert doesn't publish prices anywhere on their website, so there's no pricing transparency. In addition, to get a Life Alert system, you have to sign a contract for 3 years. Now, the salesperson, the first one, said if I didn't like the system, I could send it back and stop paying the monthly fees, but the contract really doesn't read that way. Basically, you can get out of the contract by proving you're under 24-hour in-home care, you've been moved to a skilled nursing home, or you die. Otherwise, you're on the hook for nearly $3,500. And that amount only protects Grandma when she's home. What if you want to add protection everywhere Grandma goes? So Life Alert's on-the-go GPS system is all pendant and no base unit. Even though it's less than 3 inches tall, well, it packs even more inside than the much larger home unit. This on-the-go device that connects to a nationwide cellular system that has very wide coverage. And once again, you don't need a cell phone or a landline to use it. And the button's a little smaller than like an inch across. It's a little smaller than a quarter. And it's got, in this little package, there's an emergency help button you can see. There's a speaker, a microphone, and there's a battery that can last up to 10 years. So you never have to worry that Grandma forgot to charge her system. And that's a big plus, especially with forgetful seniors. Unlike the home system, this tiny device also contains a global positioning system, GPS. And that can help find Granny in case of an emergency, or even if she just needs a lift back home from a friend. So even if she doesn't know where she is, well, Life Alert says they can locate her within 30 feet. Now, it's waterproof, like the pendants and the buttons are, so you know what that means. So it has a totally different form factor from the micro voice pendant system, but it works the same way. You press the button, it becomes a speakerphone. The call center checks in with you and summons help if needed. Let's test it out, see how long it takes them to answer. Press the button.
Calling Life Alert.
Roger 1819, I have received your help. I have an emergency.
No, just testing the system. So once again, it took longer than I would have liked to answer. All the conversation went right through this system. It didn't go through the home unit or the pendant or the help button. So it's nice that they have different methods of communication set up. Now, in terms of prices, it's the same price if you want the GPS system instead of the help button. So for a package that includes the master unit and the pendant for the home and the GPS system for on the go, you'll start by paying the non-returnable equipment fee of $247. And then you'll pay the same monthly service of $89.90 that I mentioned before. So all you're doing is substituting the GPS system for the help button. But if you want all 4 pieces of equipment, well, it'll cost you just $1 more to start. That's the master unit, the pendant, the help button, and the on-the-go system. You'll pay an equipment fee of $248, but then your monthly fee will be $109.85 per month. And you'll still need to sign a 3-year contract. By the end of those 3 years, you'll have paid a total exceeding $4,200. That's a big commitment, and that's just the beginning of the math. Life Alert claims they handle 2 million calls per year and to save at least 1 life every 11 minutes. But I'm having a little trouble with their calculations. On their very old-fashioned website, well, here they say the company was founded in 1987. But over here they claim, quote, for over 38 years, Life Alert's life-saving services have been trusted by hundreds of thousands of members and their families. So 38 years, 1987, well, that'd be 2025, but we're filming this video in 2024. So how can it be over 38 years? Here on their website's a counter showing how many lives saved since 2008. And it matches up with their claim by saving a life every 11 minutes. Now granted, that's an impressive number, but What's with the asterisk? Here you go. Life Alert defines a life saved from a catastrophic outcome as an event where a subscriber activated the system, had an actual emergency, was home alone, was unable to get to the phone to call for help, and Life Alert dispatched help. But those circumstances could mean someone called for help because they twisted their ankle when they fell, or the power went out for a few minutes. Not every emergency is life or death. Now, if they're really getting 2 million calls per year, that means they're getting about 42 calls every 11 minutes. But only one of those 42 calls is an emergency, as they described it so liberally. So according to their own figures, nearly 98% of the calls Life Alert receives aren't lifesavers, even by their own generous standards. You think I'm being too picky? Well, check out these charts prepared by the company. They're on their website, and the chart on the left shows that 87% of members stated that Life Alert's protection is a main or important factor in their decision to keep on living alone at home. 26% consider the system a main factor, 34% very important, and 27% important. And if you add up the numbers 26, 34, and 27, well, you do get 87%. But the chart on the right says that it shows that 95% of Life Alert members feel that they're protected at home by using Life Alert services. The purple bar shows those who felt very protected, the green bar, those who felt protected, and the gray bar, well, I have no idea what the gray bar means. They don't say. Do the numbers on those 3 bars look familiar? Yep. Those numbers are the same as the ones on the first 3 bars on the left, 26%, 34%, and 27%. But this time, Life Alert says they add up to 95%, not 87%. Must be that new math. I hope they're not as careless with their emergency response. So is Life Alert right for you? Well, Life Alert is a well-established company that does own and operate their own call center. Unlike others on the market, their help buttons allow for two-way communication, and their portable GPS unit and pendants never need charging. No one doubts the popularity of their ad campaign, but the pricing of their devices is hard to justify. It's a lot harder to enjoy their wacky ads when you realize you're paying for them. Now, if you look at the SeniorLiving.Org website, you'll find plenty of medical alert systems at less half the monthly fees that Life Alert charges. Much of the competition offers equipment free of charge, but Life Alert wants nearly $250 for theirs. And while some companies offer 30-day trials and no long contracts, Life Alert tries to lock you in a 3-year contract without a trial period. Some of their competitors offer money-back guarantees if a customer doesn't like the system, but Life Alerts only pays off if a subscriber dies at home alone. Other medical alert systems offer more functions, like allowing a caregiver to track a user's whereabouts or remind someone to take their meds. So go ahead and consider Life Alert if you're in the market for a medical alert system, especially if you're afraid that your loved one won't remember to charge their portable system regularly. But it's not hard to find a system a lot less expensive that doesn't require a 3-year contract. For more products to help you age with ease, visit SeniorLiving.org, where you can find and compare housing options for seniors, including in-home care, assisted living, nursing homes, and everything in between. And please, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. 55,000 people already have. Thanks.